I'm Jeremy with Offensive Group for the Armory Life. When the Springfield Armory Hellcat came onto the scene in September of 2019, it sported a 3-inch barrel and an 11-round flush-fit magazine. With that capacity, it was immediately thrust into the spotlight as one of the highest capacity micro-compact pistols on the market. As time went on, more magazine extensions were released, bumping the Hellcat up to a 15+1. Then, in 2022, Springfield gave us the Hellcat Pro, which shipped with a flush-fit 15-round magazine. I immediately fell in love with the original Hellcat. The U-dot sights were extremely intuitive for me to master, and the pistol felt comfortable and properly proportioned, especially sitting in a holster. My main gripe, if there was one at all, was the pistol was just a bit snappy. But that's the trade-off when carrying a pistol with a 3-inch barrel. When the Hellcat Pro was released, I was ecstatic to switch over to the larger version of the Hellcat. The Hellcat Pro was much more manageable while still being concealable, and it has a 15+1 capacity to boot. Now, if you're following the trend here, you can guess what's next. 2 more rounds. Springfield Armory has released factory 17-round magazines for the Hellcat Pro. That's right, a 17+1 pistol compact enough to conceal for most people. This is where competition in the marketplace breeds wonderful innovation for the consumers. It seems like every manufacturer is trying to squeeze as much possible from their products, Springfield Armory being one of them to lead the charge. I got my hands on 3 of the new 17-round mags to test out on my tried and true everyday carry Hellcat Pro. During my range session, it felt almost too good to be true to have that much capacity in my daily carry pistol. An added benefit of having larger capacity magazines, even if you carry the flush fit, is the extended time on the line when training at the range. Being able to stay on the line longer with multiple magazines can mean better training experiences and more rounds downrange. The Hellcat magazines are made from stainless steel for extreme durability, and then polished for smooth feeding. A nice quality of life feature are the numbered witness holes on the rear of the magazines. At a glance, I can easily discern which mags are empty, partial, or fully loaded. I can also say the magazines are not a bear to load. We've all seen those magazines that claim capacity that just seems too good to be true, and then you get out and start loading them, and you find that getting that last round in is nearly impossible. This is simply not the case with the 17-round Hellcat magazines. They feel just like loading all the other Hellcat magazines, which are perfectly capable of holding the maximum number of rounds. Speaking of ammo, big shout out to True Shotgun Club for providing the ammunition for this review. The 17-round mags are about 0.5 inches longer than a flush-fit Hellcat Pro magazine. The adaptive grip texture and the design match the Hellcat perfectly, giving it that factory look. People with larger hands will certainly rejoice at these magazines, considering you would need some massive mitts to fully cover the extension and the grip. The total pistol height with the new 17-round magazines comes in at about 5.5 inches. Getting a tight and proper grip on the Hellcat Pro has never been easier. As far as reliability is concerned, you'll be happy to know these are exactly what you should expect from a Springfield Armory product. They ran flawlessly through the hundreds of rounds that I put through them at the range. Since they are designed from the factory, as opposed to an aftermarket extension, you can guarantee that the spring pressure is set exactly to where it needs to be. This is imperative when trusting a product with your life. With the 17-round magazines installed into the Hellcat Pro, it looks as if that was the way the pistol was intended. The proportions from the grip to the slide are nearly the same, and if you are one to carry an extra magazine on you, that's a staggering 36 rounds for your EDC. Now for me, even if I stick with the 15-round flush fit magazines to be as concealed as possible, I will certainly use the 17-round mags for off-body carry. I always carry spare mags in my truck, in my day bag, and in my bedroom drawer. And I want these magazines to be as high capacity as possible since I consider them more of an emergency spare. These new 17-round mags fit that bill perfectly. When micro-compact pistols first hit the scene, they were kind of a niche CCW product that were ultimately limited by capacity. Today, these micro-compacts rival the capacity of a full-size duty pistol. If you are in the market for industry-leading capacity at competitive price points, the Hellcat family of pistols is a solid option for you. From 11, 13, 15, and now 17-round capacities, the Hellcat family of pistols certainly has something for everybody.